It's kind of redundant, but it's always good to practice the techniques. Gyaku Jijijime, the palms up lapel choke. When you enter into guard in a judo match, chances are the gis are going to be all messed up anyways, right? From gripping, that type of thing. You obviously ended up down here somehow, probably got tripped, swept, maybe thrown, but the gis will be like this anyways. If you practice in the dojo, just loosen up your partner's lapel and make it a little bit more realistic. The key thing I like to point out is when you open up and slide your hand in, turn your hand into this like right angle so that your knuckles will rest nicely behind your opponent's head. You don't want to pull down on the collar like this. I see this, a lot of beginners make this mistake. They get this death grip on because they don't want their opponent to pull their hand away. The problem is now this collar I just made it very hard for myself to grab the other collar deep. See what I mean? I've made it tight around the neck. So what I do is I just make my hand like that and I just rest it behind the head. Notice that I keep my head off the mat too. To get this collar over here, I just make a pivot adjustment and move over. When you work from the guard, you've got to be able to do this. This is a great exercise, a great warm-up. Got my ankles locked, and I just learned to pivot, because in the guard you have to pivot to get anything, to get an arm bar, get a triangle choke, to get any choke or sweep or whatever. You can't really work a lot from here. There's a few techniques you can do, but you really got to learn to be able to pivot, okay? So I'm here, I'm going to pivot over and raise up his chin with my wrist here. And then I'm just going to come up. If the collar's tight, I call it chugging. I just chug and get that up in there. Notice that my thumbs are behind both ears. A lot of people make the mistake and they get desperate and they try to choke way down here. All he's got to do is bury his chin, and I'm just burning energy right now, not doing anything. So once I'm here, I come underneath, I chug, and now I'm going to do a little tweak. I'm going to curl my hands flat, like I want to curl up this way. Okay, some schools taught, when I first started judo 10 years ago, I was taught to roll my knuckles into the carotid arteries, which is effective, it still works. And then I learned a little easier way, or more faster choke, by just turning my wrist up. So now he's got my blades right there, and I don't have to pull down as far. I can choke him right from here. It's instant, okay? Or if I do the classic way, I've got to pull him down to get, see the difference? That takes about 4 seconds, where this one is almost instant. Right there. That's the sound that we're looking for, okay? And that'll eliminate a lot of the classic counters. If you could snap that in there and get quick, like a cobra strike, there it is. It's choked out, done. Okay, so